Hello everyone. Guys, today we're going to talk about naming polynomials. Polynomials, it's is a monomial or the sum of monomial. A monomial, excuse me guys. Or the sum of monomials, each called a term of the polynomial. Some polynomials have special names. Guys, monomial, guys, that's one single term. Binomial, two terms. Mono, one term. Trinomial, three terms. Guys, anything with more than four is just called we just call it a polynomial. So four terms or more, just a polynomial. All right, so we can name polynomials by the number of terms: one term, two terms, three terms, four terms, so on. Okay, guys, you can also name a polynomial by degree. Naming by degree is so the degree of a polynomial is the term with highest exponent. So if you look at this first example, guys, the term that has the highest exponent here is that 5a squared. So this degree of this first example would be 2. Okay? And guys, naming using degree, there's seven different ways to do that. So if the degree is 0, if there's no variable, we just call that a constant. Degree is 1, linear. Degree 2, quadratic. That's very familiar, chapter 4. A lot of times with quadratics. Guys, ones that had squared terms. Cubic, quartic, and quintic. So cubic is 3, degree 3. Quartic, degree 4. Quintic, degree 5. Guys, anything with a degree of 6 or more, 6th degree, 7th degree, and so on. All right, so let's get to naming this first. We already talked about the degree here. The degree of this first polynomial is 2. How many terms does it have? How many separate monomials, separated by adding and subtracting? Well, there's 3 terms. So this would be degree 2. We call that quadratic, what we worked on last chapter. Quadratic, 3 terms, trinomial. So this is a quadratic trinomial. Okay, guys, second one has 1 term, so number of terms is just 1. Okay, well, what's the degree of that term? The degree is 5. That's the exponent. So what would we call this? We would call this a degree 5 quintic. We would call this a quintic. 1 term, monomial. So a quintic monomial. Okay. And guys, you can just continue doing this. So looking here, degree of number 3, highest exponent there is 6. Number of terms, this has 4 separate terms. Okay. So degree of 6 or more, we're just going to call this a 6th degree. 4 terms, polynomial. Anything above 4 or more terms, we just call a polynomial. So 6th degree polynomial. Guys, number 4. I'll give you guys the names for these last 3 here so you guys can kind of practice. That would be a linear binomial. So you can practice degree, number of terms. Guys, this number 5 would be 6th degree trinomial. And lastly, we would have a cubic monomial. So guys, I've got a handful of homework problems for you guys. Just doing the same thing, naming polynomials. So shouldn't be a high difficulty lesson today, but we did need to take some time to learn the language of of this chapter 5. So this is how we name polynomials. We'll stick with this, guys. The polynomials we're going to work with pretty much fit in linear, quadratic, cubic, and quartic. We might see some 5th, 6th degree stuff, but you don't see them terribly often, so it's kind of where we're heading. All right, guys, any questions? There's going to be a discussion. You guys know you can email me. Hope everyone has a wonderful afternoon.